Hello everyone. My name is Albert Picci. I'm the Web3 lead at deltaDAO, and I want to quickly introduce you to deltaDAO before we start with the presentation. deltaDAO is the first Ocean Protocol engineering, integration, and consulting company, and is completely founded, operated, and owned by Ocean Protocol community members, ambassadors, and supporters. We basically unite privacy-preserving technology, data economy pioneers, and Web3 experts with diverse skill sets in a company that covers the full Ocean Protocol stack. Our mission is to build towards a European data economy powered by Ocean Protocol. This means that we are open source, decentralized, GDPR compliant, and in accordance with European values. We want to bring Ocean Protocol to European enterprises, research institutions, and non-profit organizations. Ocean Protocol was actually, for many of our members, something that we came in touch with for the first time when we looked into the Ocean Academy. So most of our team members have worked together in the Ocean Academy. This is an education project that focuses on explaining the vision and the Ocean Protocol tech stack. Since then, our members have been active in very different roles in the community. We have participated in the Ocean DAO with different projects. We were leading the Ocean Tech Ship, which is a community initiative to onboard more developers to the community. And we are also still actively bringing more people to the community. deltaDAO is quite a young company, and we are only roughly 6 months old. We are actively participating in different initiatives and projects like GaiaX and help to improve the Ocean tech stack with our expert knowledge. And today's presentation is about one of these improvements. And I'm very happy to introduce you to Moritz, who is our tech lead or web lead. And he will tell you more about one of our latest contributions to the Ocean Marketplace. So Moritz, up to you.
Cool, thanks, Albert. Okay, yeah, welcome everyone to this deep share of one of the pull requests we prepared at deltaDAO. It's about adjustable privacy features and was pulled against the Ocean Market repository. Okay, so first of all, let's have a quick look on what we actually implemented. There were some minor updates. I will share them with you, and then we also did 2 major updates here. First of which is the multi-language privacy policies that are now included on the Ocean Market. And in addition to that, we also prepared a privacy preference center you can use. At the end of this presentation, we probably also have some room for questions if there are any. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the minor updates. These include updated help text on like input fields on the publish forms. So as you can see here, for example, the description field, we just improved the help on those fields, informing users of what actually happens with their data. We also introduced input disclaimers, which are basically a conditional alert that is shown below certain input fields. So this is currently used on the access type field. You can see this in action. And we also integrated like an imprint, which is just a simple markdown file similar to the terms and condition page. So these are just some of the minor features that were added. And now let's have a look at the first major update, I would call it, which is multi-language privacy policies. So with the pull request, we actually delivered privacy policies in 4 different languages that are now included in the market repository. But in addition to that, we also aim to develop a feature that is easy to use and like to adjust. So the policies that are included are free to use by everyone. Included are right now policies in German, Spanish, French, and English. And we also implemented a system that allows for display of 1 to N privacy policies. So let's say you would want to deploy your market in like the Austrian jurisdiction, you only need a German privacy policy, then you can simply delete the others, choose the language you need, like the German one. Basically just replace the company details in the markdown file that we provide, probably adjust the name of your marketplace so that it's not Ocean Market, but for example, deltaDAO Market, and you should be good to go. So the next major update that we did is a privacy preference center, which is basically a tool to manage cookie settings for end users. So if you want to implement some cookie usage on your market, you can enable this. And what we aim for here is a highly configurable feature, both on developer and user end, which means we wanted to cover multiple use cases. So for example, this feature needs to be able to be disabled. So in fact, this is how it's currently working in Ocean Market. It's not enabled by default, but let's say your market wants to use some cookie implementations. Then you can simply enable this by setting one environment variable, and it's all set up. And we also included two different styling options. So let's say you only want to use necessary cookies, inform your user about that. Then you have the option of like a simple small cookie banner. But you also have the opt-in based preference center with like opt-in for each category you are defining on your market. So let's say you want to use analytics or marketing cookies, you can also enable that. Yeah, and last but not least, it's also easy to integrate. So we wanted to implement it in a way that it's easy to adopt by your developers. Okay, let's have a quick look on how this looks in action. So as I said, it's disabled by default, so you won't be able to see this on Ocean Market itself. But if you fork the repository and set the environment variable that I was talking about, you will see yeah, something like this set up already. So you'll get the small version of the cookie banner per default with some example content that we are providing, prompting the user with like quick actions to accept and reject everything, or like configure your choices. And if you actually want to use the configurable option, you get the privacy preference center, which looks like this, where you again have options for accepting and rejecting, but you also get like fine-grained permissions for each category that you are using. And you actually can define these categories yourself. So let's have a look at this. We are providing a JSON file in the content directory of the repository. It's called Gdpr Json. And there you can set all these variables that you are seeing here. So for the minimal version that I was talking about, where you like only use necessary cookies, you only need 3 variables, as shown in the example below here. You basically set the title and the text for your cookie banner, and then you simply set like the caption for the close button. That's all you need. But if you actually want to implement this with some optional cookies, you can use all the variables that are defined in the example above. So you basically set your categories, describing them in the title and description. You also set a cookie name for the category that you are adding. And then all these categories will get their own region in the privacy preference center, and users are able to turn them on and off like they choose to. In addition to that, these settings are then exposed by a new use consent hook that we implemented. So everywhere in the code base, you can use this hook to access the settings of the user. You can handle acceptance and reject events of the user, and you can also check at any time which value currently is assigned to this cookie name. We also prepared a blog post displaying this in a little bit more detail. So this will be announced shortly. I think it will be published tomorrow. So if you want to learn a little bit more on how to actually use this and what variables you can change and how you can access this from the code, you can have a look at that blog post as well. All right, yeah, so let's have a quick recap. We added some minor updates like the imprint, some disclaimers to input fields. We also improved some input help text on the publish forms. And in addition to that, we introduced some major features. The first one is multi-language privacy policies, including 4 policies in different languages that you can use right now. And the second one is the highly configurable privacy preference center. All of this was merged to Ocean Market a couple of weeks back, so it's all open sourced. It's a part of the repository code base. And I guess that's it. Yeah, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask them in chat, ask them now. You can also tag us on socials or shoot us an email or in Discord. I think you probably know most of our team by now, and you can simply ask them. Thank you.